let me talk to you about My Hero Vigilantes, right? This is a great show. I think it's much superior to its predecessor, My Hero, even though it's a prequel, basically. But yeah, it's basically My Hero's version of Spider-Man, and he's just as cool, I'd say, right? Our main character, Koichi, he's far more relatable than Deku, dude. Like, when you're watching Deku, you're like, bro, why would you do that? In like the first half of My Hero, you're like, why would you do this? You're an idiot. You're a coward. What are you doing? Right? But at the same time, that comes from him not having powers. I get it, but at the same time, we have Asta, right, and Black Clover. So comparing them, it's like, yeah, both didn't have powers. One of them worked really hard to come to par, and the other was just whining. like, maybe I just misremember My Hero's introductions. He does eventually become a pretty good person, pretty good hero too. The best hero, in fact. But Koichi, my king, has a dog shit quirk, or what he thinks to be is a dog shit quirk, and just lives like a normal life until, fate calls upon him to be a hero. And that's what, I fuck with that heavy. Even though Koichi had a dog shit power, he still wanted to be a hero and went out of his way to help his community and, like, just be a great guy. They called him the nice guy. I get it. I don't get it. I don't get why they called him that. Like, that's such a dumb name that they call him nice guy, right? And yeah, I really appreciate that. He's like, you can see that he's a good person from the start. Deku, you can, like, in the beginning, like, yeah, but at the same time, he did what was necessary, but he looked like he didn't want to do it. Like, when he saved Bakugo against that slime monster, he was crying and shit. Like, I get it, you're scared, but you could have at least put on like a braver face. I just remember his face when he did that shit. He was crying, snot everywhere. He was just like, I'll save you, Bakugo." Nah, man, my goat Koichi, he doesn't have to go through that, so I understand. Now, I do appreciate Vigilante's smaller scale of things because My Hero goes pretty large scale when it comes to how many characters there are, how many heroes are introduced, how far their reach really is. But when it's on a smaller scale, it feels more personal. Like, this is their city, they want to protect it, they know the people around. You get to see the same faces a lot, right? In My Hero, it's kind of like, you save this guy, oh, he's just another number. Like, in My Hero, it just feels like everybody's just another number. Like, easily easily replaced. In Vigilantes, everything's more personal, more down to earth, and I really appreciate that because, that's what I like. I like the little guy helping out his community, and that's what my goat Koichi does. I also really like their intro. The intro, very comic booky. Most of the show is comic booky, which I really enjoy. That you can see the inspiration Horikoshi takes from Western comics and Marvel and shit. Because we get, bootleg Wolverine, bootlegs, Cyclops, a lot of, and Koichi is a representation of his version of Spider-Man. I really appreciate that. My favorite hero. I have some posters. Can't really see them though. I might add them to the background one day. But now, let me talk about the rest of the cast of Vigilantes. Knuckle Duster, the B villain, Cyclops, bootleg Cyclops and Wolverine, and like these other characters. But they all have their motivations are clear, and you can see where they're coming from, all of them, right? And I feel like that makes them more relatable because they're more down to earth than the people in My Hero. They had everybody had big dreams. I feel like maybe not Uraraka. Uraraka just wanted to be rich. Shout out her though, twin. But yeah, I think the smaller scale of Vigilantes just taking place in one city. Sometimes they travel around, but mostly taking place in one city really benefits the entire story of making it more personal, which I do think is what he was going for, since it's more of it's more like a Spider-Man story, since, Koichi's broke, a bum, bitchless, just like me. So I relate to that, right? And yeah, I just love me a good figuring out different ways to use your power. And Deku was really good at that. But I do like how Koichi just discovers stuff about himself, or his power, rather. Fuck his mom. Come on. She completely... I get it, you want to keep your kid safe, but at the same time, your kid was flying, dog. Like, that's pretty cool. I would want my kid to be able to fly. I want to keep him safe, but I would also just want him to be able to fly. Why don't you just keep him indoors? Why'd you have to like smack him with your like, what is that called? Like your invisible hand. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the power. I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah. We get to see like drug use, how the cops handle stuff, how heroes are actually like deployed and how they're used. And we get to meet international heroes like Captain Celebrity, who I hated at first, but I kind of grew to like his character. He's still not a great guy, but I still like his character. You got to expand upon like all the lawsuits he gets because he's a piece of shit and a womanizer. That was funny. This is just a far more fun show than My Hero, in my opinion. It's more fun to see Koichi handle his life as a hero. You don't really see much of his college life. It's just kind of there in the background. Kind of like My Hero, you don't really see the school stuff, but sometimes the school stuff was front and center, which took away from what we wanted to see, which was cool superpowers and fighting each other. Or that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how the story would go. Now let me talk about a very well-developed character in the show, who is Knuckle Duster. Knuckle Duster starts off as like this really cool guy, right? And it's not the main focus, but slowly throughout the series you unravel parts of him, which you're like breadcrumbed pieces of his lore. And he actually has a very compelling reason for doing what he's doing, or for the reasons he goes as far as he does, and how he knows so much information about the main villain of the first season. I'm also very excited to see how Koichi's power grows, because I know he gets better with it. You know, he has to. He's the GOAT. I really like Koichi. Like at first he's a little cringe, but then you get used to him. He's pretty neat guy. Now he has two Hus by the end of the season. He's got Popstep and the upperclassman chick. I forgot her name. Good on her. Fuck his mom. Stopped him from developing his power further. Let me think. What else? Final thoughts. Great show. I'd highly recommend it. It's 13 episodes. I thought it was 12 episodes, so I was happily greeted with the 13th at the end. And yeah, gotta clean up, figure that out. In college, watch an anime. What else could you ask for? Got him! Holy shit, that took a while, but I finally got him. See that? It's not impossible. Got his ass.
I am Takezo, the unrivaled no more.
That's right, you're not.
Well.
I did, didn't I?
Too easy.
You.
Too fucking easy.
This is a good death. You're the unrivaled now, but
I know I beat this guy so early in the game too.
Suit you better than it did me.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought, bro. Too fucking easy. I'm him, bro. Where's this at? Where is it? I don't know. It is what it is. Too fucking easy, bro. That was way too easy.